Assalamualaikum and hi to Dr. and everyone. Today I will show how to key in data using Microsoft Access. So let's start. First step, we need to key in all the data that have been given. Okay, it has 4 tables. For the first table, which is customer. Okay, we need to change the fielder name, which is first customer ID. And then we click to add. Okay, we click add. And then the second column, customer name. Okay, next for the next column is city. And the next column is state. Okay, the next is credit name. Okay, for all the fielder, we have a table field which is we need to change to short text. Some of short text, some numbers, and it also have a currency. So we need to change the customer ID to short text. Okay, so we key in the data one by one. Next, for the second table is inventory table. Okay, so we will do the same thing. From before, first column item ID, second column description, and the third column is standard cost, and the fourth column list price, and the last one is quantity hand. Okay, next we will key in the number one by one. Okay, we move to the third table, which is sales table. Okay, we name we change the table name, and then also the same. First column we will type invoice, and the second column we will sale date, and the third column is salesperson, and the fourth column is customer ID, and the last column is amount. Okay, so we continue keying all the data from the data given. For the last table, we go to create and choose table. Okay, for the last table, name is sales inventory. Sales inventory. Okay, for the first column, we will change to invoice, and the second column is item ID, which is short tag, and the third column is quantity, which is a number, and the last column is sale price. Sale price, we choose a currency. We change the view to set up the primary key. The primary key is important, if not, you cannot proceed to the next step, so we continue to add the data. After keying the data that I have given, I will proceed to show how to do relationship. Okay, first we'll go to database tools and go to relationship. Add the tables, add all the tables that we have. Okay, so the table show here. We take item ID, pair with the same item ID in the inventory, sales inventory and inventory. Then take the sale inventory invoice to sales invoice and create. And the last one is customer ID. Okay, customer and sales customer ID pair create. Okay, so we arrange that that the data seem more organized like this. Alright, then we save. Next, we will continue to do a question. Okay, go to create design. And for the first question, for which item are there at least 100 units in quantity on hand? Okay, so we go to event. We must take inventory table for this question and add item ID, description, also quantity. Okay, then for the quantity, the criteria is at least more than equal to 100. Okay, so we run it. Okay, so this is the data. So we need to copy this and paste to the question. Okay, so we save it as question 21A. Next, move to the next question, question B. We save it first, B. Okay, for the next question, what were the item numbers, price and quantity of each item sold on invoice number 103? Okay, the table we need to use is sales and sales inventory. So we take those. Okay, the things that we need to get is item numbers, item ID, price, sale price, and quantity. So, each number item sold on invoice number 102. And then we run it. Okay, next question C. Also create the query design, change pending, query C. Okay, the question is, which customer made purchases from Martinez? Provide customer name and salesperson show customer name only once, even if they purchase from Martinez multiple times. Okay, for this query, we need to use customer and sales. Okay, then we choose customer name and salesperson. Okay, we need to sum it, and then the criteria Martinez. Okay, next we run. Okay, this is the answer. We go to question D. Okay, question D, change the name also, query D, and then click OK. Okay, for this query, we also need to use customer and sale table. Okay, customer and sale, and we choose invoice, sale date, sale person, and customer name, and also amount. Okay, next we need to change the amount in the sort to descending, and the criteria is more than 1,500. Okay, and then we run. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, next we move to question A. Query design, change the name to query A. Click OK. Okay, the question is this invoice, item ID, description, sale price, list price, quantity, and complete the extension. So it have a equation for all items sold where the sale price is different than the list price. So by item ID in descending order. Okay, so for this we need to use inventory, sales, and sales inventory tables. To choose invoice, and then item ID, and then description, and then sale price, and then list price, and the quantity. Okay, for item ID, we sort it to descending order, and for the sale price, the criteria is less, bigger than list price. Okay, we also need to book the equation. So the equation, extension, sale price on the sale inventory table, sale price over quantity on the also on the inventory. And press OK. Okay, then we run. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, next we move to the next question. Which is question? Okay, so the question, complete the profit margin for each item sold. Calculate the profit margin as the equation given. This invoice, sale date, item ID, sale price, quantity, and complete profit margin. Sort by profit margin in descending order. Okay, for the table also we need to use inventory, sales and sales inventory. Okay, so we take invoice, sale date, item ID, and sale price, and also quantity. Okay, also we need to build the equation. So we have profit margin. Choose from the sales inventory, sale price minus SPD cost on the inventory divide by sale price also in the sales inventory. Okay, so we need to sort it to descending order, and then we run it. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, we continue to the question G. Okay, also we need to use inventory, sales, and sales inventory table. Okay, the question is complete the profit for each line of the invoice. Calculate the profit as the equation given. This invoice, sale date, item ID, sale price, quantity, and completed profit. So by invoice in ascending, then profit in descending order. Okay, so we use invoice, sale date, item ID, sale price, and also quantity. Okay, invoice we need to sort to ascending order, and we need to do the calculation. Profit, sale price on the total standard sales inventory. Sale price minus standard cost over quantity. Okay. So for profit is order. Okay, we run. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, we move to the question H. Query design, change the name, query H. Okay, the question, how many sales transactions were made in October? Name your output column, number of sales. Okay, we need to use the table, only table sales, and we choose sales date. So date, the criteria we must between 10 next we must build the underscore to count the table sale date. So we click OK, and then we must remove this tick. Okay, then we run. Okay, so this is the number. Okay, next move to the question I. Okay, the question is how many customers live in Arizona? List the state and count of customers. Okay, for this we need to use one table only, which is customer. Okay, so we just click. Okay, after that the criteria is set for Arizona. Okay, we must build the count of customer. For customer count the state. Okay, so we must use sum, change to expression, and we must delete the tick, stick to. Okay, so we run. Okay, so this is the number. Okay, next move to the question J. This question almost the same from the question I. So we change the name first. Okay, the question is how many customers live in each state? List the state and count of customers. So they list alphabetically by state. Okay, so we also use the customer. Okay, then we choose state, customer, and build the question. Also count of customer. Count for customer state. Okay, so we need to sum it to and change it to expression. This sort by ascending. Okay, so this is the then we run. Okay, so this is the answer. So we move to question second last question K. Query, we change the name also, query K. Okay, and we need to use sales table. Okay, for the sales table we take salesperson, and also M. Okay, we need to sum it. So the total for amount change to sum and descending. Okay, so we run. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, so this is the last question, which is question L. So we do the same question L. Okay. Okay, then for the last question, how many units of each item were sold? List item ID, description, and total sold. Sort on total sold in ascending order. Okay, we need to use inventory and sale inventory table. Okay, inventory and sale inventory. So we choose item ID, description, and also the quantity. Okay, we need to sum it. We need to sum and this quantity we change to sum this descending order. Okay, so that's all. We run. So this is the answer for the last question. So I think this is the end of the hidden data and answer the question for this video.